Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be playing with a lot of new drugstore makeup. And I am so excited because y'all already know I love drugstore makeup. So I have quite a few to share with you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I created this whole look using those products. So I did receive most of these products in PR, and some of the products I purchased with my own money. So this is actually going to be, I guess, part one, because I have a lot of drugstore products that I want to feature. I just could not feature all of those products in today's video. So be on the lookout for another full face of new drugstore products, because I have quite a few products to share with you guys and I cannot wait. So yes, I don't want to spend too much time on this intro. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this whole entire look using all drugstore products, then let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so for primer, we're going to start out with the new Wet n Wild Cucumber 3-in-1 Primer Water. So they came out with two other ones. They have the rose scented one and also the coconut one. So I wanted to keep the cucumber one in my collection because I have other setting sprays that kind of smell like coconut and also rose. So I went ahead and set those two to the side for a giveaway. But let's try this one out, see how it is. I went ahead and moisturize my face with my e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. Now I want to go ahead and prime the skin. I noticed it is drying down pretty fast. It is soaking into the skin. I just didn't want it, like my brows to be too wet before I applied the brow product. But I'm going to be trying out this new brow product by Revlon. So this is their Colorstay Brow Creator. I have the shade... What shade? I always have the hardest time finding the shade on these little products. Dark brown. So it has a spoolie on one end, and then the other end has the actual product, which is really, really skinny. Like, that is really skinny. I thought this was going to be thicker, but now that I'm looking at it open, it's pretty skinny. So, ooh, hold on. Wait a minute. It says twist for powder. Is there like powder in here? All right, I'm really confused. I'm confused. It says twist and it says powder right here. I don't know if there's like something in here that has brow powder in it. I don't know, but I'm gonna be using the brow pencil part for my brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill those in really quick. Let me kind of brush them up some with this spoolie. Okay, this color is good. This is a good color. Okay, I'm liking this brow pencil or pen or whatever you want to call this thing. One thing I am noticing about this though, it feels a little waxy. So I'm not using a heavy hand to apply the product because I don't want it to be too much on the brows, but I do like how skinny it is for one. Like, I like a brow pencil that's super duper skinny. That just makes it so much easier to just to define your brow. But I'm just making really light strokes, but that color is perfect. That's perfect. I like that. All right, so I went ahead and applied a little bit of concealer just to clean up the brows, but so far I'm liking this. I like how it was super easy to apply on the brows. I didn't have to use a heavy hand, and I just feel like this product is super pigmented, so you pretty much don't have to use a lot of the product, but I like the color. It's the perfect shade, pretty much the same color that I use in all of my other brow products. So again, this is in the shade dark brown, and I'm still kind of confused with the actual packaging because it says it has an arrow saying twist and it says powder. So I don't know if there's like actual powder in here or what. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh, so it does have powder. Okay, so there's the powder. And my brows are good. I don't need to put anything else on them, but I may try this out in another video. I've never used powder on my brows, so that'll be a good thing to use like in another full face of new drugstore products. So yeah, I'm gonna set this to the side and we're gonna try out the powder part next time in another full face of drugstore. So Yeah. Okay, so for foundation, recently I got my hands on the new Milani foundation stick. I got a PR package from Wet n Wild as well as a PR package from Black Radiance. So I have 3 of these new drugstore foundation sticks, and I asked you guys on the community tab, I put like a little poll on there, and I also did a poll on my Twitter asking you guys which foundation stick you would want me to do like in an upcoming drugstore makeup tutorial. And on Twitter as well as here on YouTube, most of you guys voted for the Black Radiance foundation stick. So I grabbed one of the shades out of the PR box. I didn't want to grab the other shades and swatch them because I didn't really want to, for one, touch them. I am kind of getting over a cold, and I do plan on giving away the ones that I don't use. So I really didn't want to open up the ones that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use just to swatch here on the video since I am kind of sick. But I grabbed one that looks like it would be my shade. This is in the shade Bronze Glow, and I'm guessing this will be like a good match for me. I don't know, but the other shades look a little too dark and also a little too orange. So we're gonna be trying this one out. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on my skin. Ooh, I don't know, but ooh, that might be too light. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like once we get done applying it. I don't know how this is going to blend. Oh, first off, these do come with like a little brush at the bottom. Let's go ahead and use that for the sake of this video. And this is not something I want to use. I don't like how hard it is. Like, I just feel like I'm wiping the product off of my face. Yeah, I don't like that. So let's use my beauty sponge to blend out this foundation. Once I put on my bronzer and all of that on the face, it will definitely even out. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab another shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab another shade that's a little bit darker than this, because this isn't gonna work. Hold on one second, let me grab it. Okay, so these other 2 shades are the ones that I was also debating on of which ones to use in this video. They have other ones, but these are the other 2 shades that I thought would match, but compared to the one that we just put on my face, I thought these would be too orange. So I have the shade Cappuccino, and then I have this other one called Beautiful Bronze. So just by looking at these 2, I feel like I want to use Cappuccino and use this around the perimeter of my face because this is way too light. So let's open this up. And the other one, I'm gonna try not to open up because I hate wasting product, especially if I'm just gonna swatch it, try it out, and then not use it again. I mean, I don't mind doing that because I know I can sterilize it, but I don't know. I'm getting over a cold. I do not want to, you know, try to sterilize a product after me being sick and using it. So let's not do that. But let's try this color out. See, this is just too orange. I don't like how orange these are. Why did y'all pick the freaking Black Radiance? Why couldn't you pick Wet n Wild or Milani? I will be doing another video featuring those other 2 foundation sticks. So I do have a lot of new drugstore products that I honestly could not fit in one video. So I do have more to come, and I'm gonna feature those foundation sticks in those videos. But I don't know. I'm not liking this at all. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get. I don't wanna apply any more foundation because I feel like it's gonna start looking cakey. I do see around this area of my nose, it is breaking up really, really bad. I'm gonna try to scoot up so you guys can see, but I don't know if you guys can see it, if the lights are washing it out, but the tip of my nose, the foundation is breaking up already. I probably should have used a different, like a cream primer instead of just spraying my face with the Wet n Wild primer water, but that might not even be the reason why it's doing that. It may be just a foundation, but I don't like how it's breaking up right here. I don't like how it looks on my skin, even though the shade is kind of off. I just feel like even if it was like the perfect shade, I probably still wouldn't like how it looks on my skin. It is giving me a medium coverage. It's not full coverage at all. I can tell that just by applying the first layer. It was not a full coverage foundation. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer. So I picked up the new Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer in the shade Deep Tan. Hopefully this is going to go well with this foundation because I feel like it's a little too light, and this concealer may be a little light, and a light foundation and a light concealer does not go well together. So let's just try it out. It's not that light, but let's try this out and see how it's gonna look. It's very creamy, easy to apply. The applicator is really nice. Like how it has that flat doe foot applicator, so it's flat on both sides, which with that I feel like you get more product on the applicator when it's like that. But I like how the color looks because it's not too light. So let's blend it out because this is gonna really tell me how this concealer is. All right, so as I blend it out, I see that it's kind of like it's not like full coverage. It's kind of shearing out the more that I blend it out. So it's not giving me that extra coverage, but I do like how it looks. I like how that looks. That looks good. Okay, so this is what the concealer looks like. I do like how it covered up the nose right in this area where the foundation was breaking up. So I do like how it covered that up, and I like the shade. The shade is actually a perfect color for my highlighting concealer. So it looks really, really good under the eyes and everywhere else that I applied it. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly apply some setting powder before it starts creasing up because I feel like it is creasing up really quick under the eyes. So yeah, this is definitely reminding me of the Fenty Beauty concealer because I feel like I can start seeing it creasing, especially on the top of the lids, but I just keep patting it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the e.l.f. Beauty Shield setting powder. This is not new, but I don't really have any new drugstore setting powders to share, but this one is definitely one of my favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this really quick before my face or the concealer starts to crease up really bad. This is in the shade Golden Sheer, and place it under the eyes. All right, so the concealer is set. I know my face is looking crazy right now because that setting powder just pretty much makes my face look matte because it is a matte setting powder, but it doesn't feel too drying on the skin, which is what I like. But I'm gonna go ahead and go all, around the perimeter of my face using the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Powder. This is in the shade, what is it, Deep Cool #2. So they also sent over a package and they sent their entire line of the Full Spectrum products. You guys know, well, most of you know, I've already done a review on some of their full spectrum, like the concealer, the foundation, the powder. I've already done a full face of drugstore products using those products in that video. That kind of brought the warmth back into my skin because my face looked pretty dried out and flat and washed out. So that powder did kind of give me that warmth back into my skin, which just kind of saved me. So I do like this color. This is the perfect all over face color. So I'm glad I finally have the shade that can actually work on my skin tone. So yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and bronze up the skin. Wet n Wild just came out with some new bronzers, and I actually ended up grabbing the darkest shade out of the box. These other ones I'm gonna give away because they obviously can't work for my skin tone. So the darker one that was in the box is called Wet Shady Beaches. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but I wanna try it out. I wanna see. Let's try it. All right, so we're gonna toss this to the side. I'm not gonna use it because it does not work for me. So since we're not gonna be using Wet n Wild, I do wanna use this new palette by Black Radiance. This really isn't new, it's just a deeper one. So they have a light to medium, medium to dark, and they also just came out with this one, which is dark to deep. So you have deeper shades, like deeper contour shades, a deeper highlighter shade. I decided to set aside the light to medium, the medium to dark, because I want to go ahead and put those like in a giveaway, like a future giveaway. So I'm going to use the sculpting shade in here as my bronzer. And I really don't contour my face. I like to bronze over contour. So I probably wouldn't even get any use out of this darker shade, but I want to use the sculpting shade as my bronzer. See how this looks as a bronzer, and yes, there we go. Yeah, so this definitely works for me as a bronzer. Okay, now everything is starting to come together. I like the bronzer shade in here. Well, it's really like a sculpting shade, but I like it as a bronzer on me. So this is definitely starting to look so much better than it was before. The powders, I like how they're sitting on my skin. I like how they're not too drying on the face. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go in the brows because I like to kind of blend them in once my entire face is done, after I did my foundation and stuff. Kind of blend them in right here. So let's play with some eyeshadow. I want to try out these little palettes by Revlon. So this one is the Player palette, which is this pretty turquoise and green, and also some browns in here. Really pretty. This next one is more of a peachy one. So this one is called Maverick. I think I said it right. And then this other one I have is Enigma. This is more purpley plum. Now, one thing I don't like about this palette, well, these palettes, is how skinny the pans are. I don't like how tiny those are because it's gonna be hard to put a brush in here without it going into the other shade. And this right here just shows you what I'm talking about. Like, this brush is way too big to use for this palette. This is a brush by Farrah. A lot of you were asking me what type of brush I've been using lately, and this one came out of an Ipsy bag, and it's by Farrah, which I've actually been loving this brush, you guys. But I'm not gonna use it with this palette because it's obviously way too big. I'm gonna have to try to find a smaller brush. All right, so I grabbed my Sigma E38. It's still kind of too big to put in here, but I'm gonna try to, I don't know, girl. I'm just gonna try my best. I'm gonna go into this plum shade right here in the middle and see how this is gonna look on my eyes. I'm just gonna focus it right here on the outer part of the crease, right here. All right, I like how this is blending out. It's not too bad. I did have to dip my brush in there quite a few times just to get that pigment to show up, but I do like the color. I like how it is blending out, and I like how it is buildable too, without it starting to look like too patchy or anything. So it is building up really easily. That's actually a pretty color. That's pretty. I like that. All right, I'm gonna pick up the Peachy palette. This one has more peach colors in it, burgundy and browns. I'm gonna pick up the shade right here next to the last shade in the palette. So this is more of a nude, like a brown color, but I'm just gonna tap this color right here all over the lid. And I'm using the same brush, by the way. I'm not switching it out. I'm just wiping the product off on a napkin, but I'm gonna keep on going into this palette. This is the peachy one, and I'm gonna pick up the shade right here in the middle. This is like a burgundy color, and I'm gonna go over the first shade that we used just to kind of deepen it up. because I feel like we kind of lost that shade once we started putting on that other one all over the lid, but just kind of deepen up my crease color. Now I'm gonna take that first brush that I was gonna use, but it was too big, but this one is the Farrah brush, and just kind of lightly buff that shadow up towards the brow bone. I didn't put anything on the brush, just pretty much just blending the top of my crease up towards the brow bone. I'm gonna go back into the Maverick palette. I think I said it right that time, Maverick. But I'm gonna pick up this rose gold right here, and I'm gonna pack this right here where we put that lighter shade, because I feel like this is gonna look really pretty for one. Let me swatch it so you guys can see it. That is so pretty. Look at that, girl. Okay. Yes, we're using this. I think if I use some spray and put it on a brush, it would show up more. But I kind of like this subtle look. Like, not too much going on. Just a little bit of shimmer on the eyes, but not too much. I like that. I'm using my little pencil shader brush from my brush set and going back into that same color. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Wet n Wild cucumber spray just to wet it, because I want this to kind of pop just a little bit. Apply it. Ooh, look how freaking pretty. I'm gonna dip into this dark chocolate shade in the Maverick palette just to deepen up this area right in here. And I'm gonna pick up my Sigma E38 brush again, and I'm gonna go into that, the burgundy shade right in the middle, right here, and kind of put this above the crease. And taking my Farrah brush again and just buffing those together so it can all be blended like that. All right, guys, so that is all that I'm gonna do for the eyes right now. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lashes, which are by Ardell. These are my Remy lashes in the style 778. And I'm gonna apply some mascara, a little bit of eyeliner on the bottom lash line, smoke out the eyeliner with that, that plum shade that we used. Well, that dark chocolate shade right here. Just kind of smoke out the bottom lash line with that, and I'll be right back. All right, so we finally got the lashes on. I'm gonna go back into the Enigma palette and pick up a lighter metallic, and I think I'm gonna go, and I think I wanna go for this one right here. This is a champagne metallic color, and just put this on the inner corner of my tear duct. Just pop it right there. Yes, I'm liking how this is looking, you guys. I'm glad I didn't go for like a pop of color like I thought I was. I do like this mauve rose gold eye. Like, this is so freaking pretty, and I like how it has like the dark plum right there. Yes. All right, moving on to blush. Milani just came out with new shades in their baked blushes, and I picked up the shade Sunset Passion. This is very similar to Red Vino. It's just it doesn't have any shimmer in it like Red Vino. Most of you know that is one of my favorite drugstore blushes, and I grabbed this one because it was very similar to Red Vino. But like I said, it doesn't really have any like gold or rose gold shimmer in it like Red Vino does. But this is pretty much like a matte berry mauve color. So let's see what it looks like. I didn't know they'd come out with more ooh, that's pretty. Actually, it does have a little bit of a glow, but it doesn't, you can barely see it, but I like that color. Y'all, so Wet n Wild just came out with new shades in their highlighters, and this one is called Awesome Blossom. This is more of a gold, like a true gold bronzy highlighter, and I'm all about it. Let me swatch it first before I start like really loving the highlighter, but I can tell just by looking at it in the packaging, this is going to be like right up my alley. So I'm gonna swatch it right here. this is it. This is it. Look at that. So pretty. Is it focusing? Can you guys see that? There it goes. Look at that glow. Yes. I'm gonna take my Milani highlighter brush. I really need to wash this, but I always just wipe it off on a paper towel just so none of the other highlighter can come off on the face. But I picked this up from Walmart. This one is honestly better than the Anastasia highlighter brush. It looks just like it. Okay. It's not coming off, like it's not giving me much of a glow, so I'm definitely gonna have to build it up. But it does give me a nice subtle glow, which I do like. Yeah, so you definitely have to build this up. Look at that. Ooh, yes. So moving on to lips, Wet n Wild has a ton of new liquid lipsticks. They're actually like glosses. So these are all the lip glosses. They have these liquid eyeshadows, which I'm really not into the liquid glittery shadows. So I'm gonna keep these in here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and give this, we'll put this in a future giveaway. And they also have these liquid eyeshadows that are matte. I think these are matte, I'm not sure, but all of these are metallics. Then I think these are mattes, and then all of these are the new glosses. I grabbed one shade out. I already have the other shade. I already have one of these. This one is in the shade Cedar Later. I already have this one. I bought this one a while back, so I'm gonna keep that in here. But I did grab the nude one out of here, which is this one right here. It's in the shade Sin Nudes, so I want to use this one in today's video. And I'm gonna try it out with this lip liner that I grabbed. It's by Maybelline, and the shade is called Raw Chocolate. So I'm not sure how this is gonna look paired with that gloss, but let me swatch it on my hand so you guys can see the color. I may need something darker than this, but this is Raw Chocolate right there. I think I want to do a brown lip liner instead. Hold on. Let me just see how it looks first and see what we're working with. I hope my battery doesn't die before I get done with my lips. Yeah, I need a chocolate, like a chocolatey liner. So I'm gonna grab my LA Girl lip liner in the shade Espresso, which is one of my favorite brown liners, and just kind of go over that. Now I'm gonna use the gloss in the shade Sin Nudes. Haven't even used this yet. Don't even know how it's gonna look on the lips. Ooh, it's pretty light. There's Sin Nudes right here. Let's see how it looks. Well, it's not that light. It works. All right, so this is the final look. I am very impressed with how it all came together. At first, I was kind of second guessing this look, especially starting out with that foundation. Like, I was not thinking it was gonna come together like it did, but it came together. I love how this looks. The rose gold, pink, plum, like this whole look is very Valentine's Day appropriate. So hopefully this look inspired those of you who have been trying to figure out what look to go for Valentine's Day. So I think I'm actually gonna call this video my drugstore Valentine's Day look. I might as well just call it that. I don't know. We'll see. But really quickly, I want to go over the products that I used in today's video, just to kind of give you guys a quick rundown and my thoughts on the products, even though this is kind of like a first impression. I haven't really worn this face all day, but I will let you guys know how these products hold up in a later video. But starting out with the face primer, it feels really nice on the face, very cooling, and I like how it made my skin look. It made it look dewy, but not to where it looked too greasy or anything like that. I didn't decide to spray it on my face afterwards because I didn't want my face to look too shiny. I actually like how the finish looks now because it's not too matte, it's not dewy, it's just that perfect in between. So I do like the finish of my face right now, so I'm not really gonna spray this on the face, but I do like to use this before I apply my makeup, so before I blend out my foundation, even though it was still kind of hard to blend out the foundation stick. Speaking of the foundation stick, did not like how it looked on my skin. I did not like how it felt on the skin. The color was kind of off. not kind of, it was really off. But I didn't like the fact that I had to use 2 shades just to kind of get my match, even though I felt like the match wasn't, it really wasn't there, but I still had to kind of, you know, finesse the foundation sticks just so that they can actually look presentable on the skin. So Bronze Glow was the lighter one and Cappuccino was the darker one, but these two mixed together still didn't give me my perfect match, but I mean, it worked. So definitely not a fan of these. Do not like the little brush at the end. This is the one I didn't use. I used this one. Yeah, I did not like how the brush felt like I was literally wiping the product on my face. It was very hard, very rough. I think the next time, or I probably won't even use these anymore, but I would probably suggest wetting the brush instead of using it dry. I should have did that anyway, like in the video, but I didn't like how it felt like I was rubbing the product off. But these foundation sticks are definitely ones that are not my favorite, and I probably would not use these anymore, but I'm glad that I actually tried them out so that you guys can see how they perform and kind of get my opinions on them, but definitely not my favorite foundation stick. Now going into the concealer, again, this is the one by Milani, and I have the shade Deep Tan. I like the color. I like how it blended out on the skin. I liked how it does not feel cakey on the skin. It does not really crease up much after I set it, but I did kind of see it creasing a little bit before I started setting it with the setting powder. It's super creamy. This is a concealer that you'll probably have to build up just to get that full coverage, in my opinion, because when I started blending it out, it did kind of sheer out a little bit. But if you want that extra coverage, I would suggest applying some, blending it out, let it sit for a few minutes, and then go on top of that with another layer. I should have did that just to see how it looked, but I just saw when I started blending it out, it started to look a little sheer. Even though I still had that nice coverage, I just felt like this wasn't like a full blown out, full coverage concealer. But I do like the finish. I like the color. I like how it feels on the skin, how it looks on the skin. So far I am liking the concealer. The new deeper palette from Black Radiance. This is definitely a yes. I have not used a highlighter in here. I just used a bronzer color, but the bronzer shade was perfect on my skin. I love how it warmed up the face. It wasn't too dark, it wasn't too red, just a perfect shade for me to use as a bronzer. But I don't want to give this palette like a double, you know, 2 thumbs up yet, because I have not tried out the highlighter in here. Now I have tried out the highlighter in the medium, what is it, the medium to dark palette, and it was okay. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the same formula as the one in that, you know, in that palette, but it's just that the shade is a little bit darker. But I will use this highlighter in another full face of drugstore video, because like I said, I have several more to film for you guys, since I have a ton of new products in my collection now. So the Milani Baked Blush is definitely a go. I love their baked blushes anyway, and I like this color. I like how it just gives me that perfect amount of blush, like mauve on the cheeks. It's so pretty. You can kind of see a little bit of the sheen, which I think I said that earlier in the video, but there is a slight not sheen, but like a glow to this. It's not like, there's no glitter in it, there's no shimmer like the Red Vino blush, but I would consider this to be a matte. Yeah, this is, there's no like shimmer or anything in here, but it is a matte. Ooh, that's a good swatch. Usually blushes don't swatch good with me, but there it is right there so you guys can see it better. Super pretty. Definitely will be getting more use out of this. And then we have these new eyeshadow palettes by Revlon, which I think I've already told you guys my thoughts on it earlier in the video. I don't like how skinny the pans are, because it's going to be so hard to just stick to a couple of shades in here without, you know, the shades bleeding into the other shade. So you have to use a very small brush with these, because they're so skinny. Like, the pans are so narrow. That's the only thing I don't like about the palette. I do like how they blend it out on the eyes. This is, let me see. Yeah, this one is one of my favorite ones. And I think I didn't really use this blue and turquoise one, but the ones that I did use, which is this purpley one right here in what is it? The Enigma. And then this peachy one, which is the Maverick one, which is so pretty. I think out of these two, I like the peachy one better. Like, this one is pretty. You have peach, rose gold, bronze, browns, burgundies. Like, this is really cute. I just wish the pans weren't so you know, so tiny. But as far as how these shadows perform, I do like how they were super easy to blend. Definitely pigmented. You guys saw when I was applying that metallic shade, it showed up really, really good. So I was very surprised at that. So far I do like these. It's just that I don't like how tiny they are, but as far as the shadows themselves, I do like. And the brow pencil, which again is the Revlon Colorstay Brow Creator. I like how this was so easy to glide like across my brows. Super easy. I use a very light hand with this, which I think I've already, you know, told you guys that, but I do like how it was so easy to just glide across the brows without it being too messy or just too slippery or anything like that. But I do like the color as well. I like how skinny it is. It's very skinny, just like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, just like the Precisely My Brow pencil. What is it? The Benefit Precisely My Brow. Yeah, that's what it is. The Benefit Precisely My Brow, the CoverGirl Brow Pencil, the Ulta Brow Pencil. So all of those are super skinny, and I like how this one is just as skinny as those. It's just that the packaging is kind of bulky. But this will be another product that I'll feature in another full face of new drugstore products, because I kind of want to try out the powder that comes with this. Like I said, I've never tried out any powders on my brows, so that will be very interesting. So the highlighter that we use, I am very impressed with the shade. I'm so glad that they came out with a deeper shade that will definitely suit deeper skin tones. I love the gold. I just love a gold bronzy highlighter anyway, so I do like this. It's not as like bright, so this is definitely one that you'll have to build up just to get that extra glow. But if you like a highlighter that's not going to give you that, you know, that bright glow, then you will definitely like this. And you can also kind of achieve that bright glow by, you know, building that shade up. So I do like the color. I love the highlighter. Love it. And I want to say the gloss was the last thing that I used in today's video that was new to me. So this one is in the shade Sin Nudes. I love how it paired with the lip liners that I used. The one by Maybelline, this one's actually fairly new. This is in the shade Raw Chocolate. I don't know, it's not like a chocolate shade. It's pretty much like a mauve-y color, but I'm pretty sure on lighter skin tones it's gonna look more brown, but it looks like straight up mauve to me on my hand. And then once I apply it on the lips, it looks like a pinky mauve color. And I liked it paired with my LA Girl pencil in the shade Espresso. One of my favorite chocolate liners from the drugstore. This is like the perfect chocolate liner that everybody needs in their life. So love how this one paired with the Maybelline, and I absolutely love how the gloss paired with both of these on the lips. Very natural looking, very like everyday looking. Like this is the perfect everyday color, and y'all already know my thoughts on an everyday shade. Like I love an everyday lip. So far I'm loving the gloss. I like how it's not sticky on the lips. I like how it's super creamy, and I just feel like this lip color would go with pretty much anything. It's just a nice nude, and you can definitely get away with wearing several different eye looks with this shade on the lips. So love it. Oh, and by the way, if you guys have made it this far into the video, I'm gonna fill you guys in on the giveaway that I'm gonna be hosting on my channel this whole entire year. So every single month, I'm gonna be giving away a box of makeup to one lucky winner. And I'll go ahead and leave a little clip of this month's box so you guys can kind of see a little sneak peek of what you guys can win. So I will be picking one person randomly by the end of the month, at least before or by the first of every month, and I will just randomly choose. This will be someone who's always interacting on my videos, someone who I know has been, you know, a true subscriber. So that's how I'm going to be picking the winners. And just make sure you guys are commenting on my videos. Make sure you guys are thumbsing up the videos. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed. I wanted to do this because I rarely do giveaways on my channel, and I really just want to start, you know, giving back to you guys. And I think it'll be super fun to actually give a box of makeup to somebody every single month. So this will be international, so all of that good stuff. And yeah, But yeah, I think that is all of the new products that I wanted to share with you guys in today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you tried any of these products out already, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you like the product. Let me know if you don't like the product. You guys already know I love to know your thoughts on pretty much anything that I share on my channel. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments. And I think that is all that I have. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.